Thanks for spending part of your Friday with us here in mid-morning. As workplace burnout continues to increase, employers are looking for ways to get ahead of this issue.
There's a new study published in Nature Human Behavior. It shows the answer might be the 4-day work week. Here's the question I have, because we've talked about this before.
Many times.
What do you think it would take for a 4-day work week to actually be adopted in the United States where it is universally accepted? Or do you think that we could ever get to that point?
I don't think we will.
You don't think we will?
No.
Why?
I just think that, look at what's going on too with all of the back to work, return to work stuff.
Sure.
You know, we thought that there was a permanent change during that time of COVID, and now companies are saying, look, we're seeing drops in our productivity. We want people to come back in. So I just don't get the sense that these big companies are going to want to do that.
Joseph, do you think that?
No, I'm with Heather. I feel like it's so deeply rooted in our culture to work
the 40-hour work week.
Yeah, the 40-hour work week, but over the stretch of those 5 days, it just seems like we just can't adopt to that other way, even though we have proof. These studies make me so frustrated because we have proof that it is helpful mentally, burnout, things like that, but I don't know.
Would you be on board with it, Heather, if we did do that?
Oh, definitely. I'd definitely be on board, because a lot of times when you look at these 40-hour work weeks, they're not reducing your pay.
No.
They're actually not even reducing your hours. They're just having you do everything in 4 days. So the companies that were part of this study here, what they did was they came to them and they said, look, you need to streamline your workflow, your organization. You need to eliminate extra meetings before we go into this experiment, so to see if this is something that actually can really work. And they looked at companies all across the world, and actually after this was done, 90% of those companies kept their work days. So it goes back to Joseph's point. Every time we talk about this, which is a lot, they have found benefits to the employees.
For example, sleep. That was a huge one.
Yeah.
Decreased fatigue, which of course is going to be big, but of course, if you can sleep, reducing sleep patterns, that's going to be great moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Eliminating extra meetings,
and
of course.
And if you think about it, maybe, AJ, the answer to your question is changes that come from AI or automation or technology. If we're starting to see some of that, maybe these companies will start to say, okay, instead of cutting jobs, maybe they will cut hours. I don't know.
Shifts,
I don't know
right?
how that works. Maybe, but those changes could bring something. But that's a tricky subject.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess be careful what you wish for, because you might end up losing
Pandora's
some
box.
of your hours due to something like that. You might get 4 days, but you might lose it. Yeah. I think it would just be so helpful just for everything. But I
don't know. Are there? And I haven't seen a ton of studies about whether or not it harms productivity. But if 90% of these companies are keeping them, even if it does harm some level of productivity, what they're finding is the benefits in their employees are outweighing any potential losses there.
Real quick, if it's a 4-day work week, would you rather have a split in the middle of the week, the end of the week, or the beginning of the week?
Oof, I'll get rid of Mondays.
Get rid of Mondays?
Yeah.
Joseph?
Get rid of Fridays.
Get rid of Fridays?
Yeah.
Getting rid of Mondays.
There's no wrong answer there.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is. I don't want it in the middle. I want 3 days. 3 days in a row.
Yeah, I don't need a Tuesday. Okay.
We want to hear from you. What's your opinion? Drop a comment down below.
Thanks for watching Mid-Morning. We all want to feel like the work we are doing is meaningful.
There's now a new YouGov survey. It shows 62% of U.S. workers with a full or part-time job say they feel their jobs are meaningful. Do you feel that your jobs are meaningful? What you do is meaningful?
I feel like you're talking to all four of us. I feel like all four of us. I feel like if you're in the broadcasting industry, you are going to say yes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
We're just all positive
like
people, and I feel like we would all.
Yeah.
I would feel like we're. Let's just say we're not going to admit on live television that we don't think our jobs are meaningful, right? I mean, we're just not.
You've been on the show before. We really say a lot of ridiculous things.
A lot of things come out of our mouths.
That's true.
20% though say their jobs are not meaningful. Now look, this survey was a relatively small sample. It was only 1,100 people. Margin of error was 4%, but 1,100 people. But 20% of those people said, yeah, their job is not meaningful. People who say their jobs are meaningless tend to think that other U.S. jobs don't make meaningful contributions as well.
No.
So
I think our job's meaningful.
yeah,
What a party pooper.
Totally.
Yeah.
You don't?
No, I said, what a party pooper.
Oh,
yeah, oh, right.
yeah.
So I don't know. I think our job is meaningful to the people who make us a part of their day.
True.
So,
Yeah.
So they're saying, what you do adds value to what I'm how I start my day. So I'm starting my day with you guys.
I also think I'm a primary caregiver to my three young children. Like my job is very meaningful because I get to come talk to adults. That's a big deal for me. And I'm sure all the other moms that are out there are like, yep. Yes. Because it gives me honestly a break.
How would you say education plays a role in that? Does education, for example, people in the survey said if you were more educated, you were more likely to think your job had more meaning.
Well, you've also put so much more time into said job, right? Like you've done more school to get there's been more thought about what job you want. You're sacrificing both monetarily and time.
The investment.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of makes sense to me.
I think too, sometimes people that work in trades, like if that's their passion and their thing, if they just are naturally creative or naturally inclined in that way, then they get the creative thought process and they may love what they do. Every day is different.
I found this juxtaposition really interesting. 53% whose jobs do not entail email said their jobs are more meaningful. Compared to 64% whose jobs are half sending emails or attending meetings, they said their jobs are more meaningful. So go figure.
I would say most jobs are meaningful. I mean, anything from like a plumber, that's going to be, if you need that's going to be very meaningful to you.
Right.
A brain surgeon, that's going to be very meaningful to you. But I want to go back to what Shayla said about people who invite us into their day. I had a lovely exchange with two women at the Trader Joe's in St. Louis Park.
Okay.
So I just would like to say hello to them.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. And they said, thank you for doing what you do. And I thought, well, thank you for watching too. It was very cool and very fun. And I think it was Tracy and Alicia.
If they find you in the grocery store, you have to go back.
I think that's what it was.
But we're all connected though, right?
Yeah.
We're all connected somehow. Well, on the same team. Yeah. Hey, we want you to join the conversation. Drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think. So yes, we know breakfast is said to be the most important meal of the day.
But eating lunch is pretty important too. But a new research survey shows that 55% of American employees say that they skip lunch completely on hectic days.
Yeah.
Okay, I get really worked up about this.
Go ahead.
I have a lot of things to say.
Let's go.
My husband works from home, and most of the time I stay home with the kids, so we are together a lot. Well, he has the door closed, working, and I am out. But when he comes out at 3 o'clock and I say, have you eaten yet? And he says no, I get so mad for two reasons.
Why?
First of all, that's not healthy.
Nope.
You are hungry. So then, second reason, he comes out at 3 o'clock and then eats his lunch, and then we eat at 5 and he doesn't eat anything. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I just worked over this meal and now you're not hungry because you're eating at 3:30 or 4.
So what you're saying is exactly what, so the authors of this study say what you said, we are caught in a productivity trap.
Yes.
And what they mean is we sacrifice our basic self-care in order to get that personal achievement. So we forget, we're so caught up in what we're doing.
He's literally forgets until he gets really hungry at 2:30 or 4. And I just am like, okay, you need to set an alarm or something, or I'll knock on the door at 12:15, okay, come on,
that's what
let's
it
come out
said.
and eat.
The data says 43% of men forget that it's lunch, and they have to set a timer.
And they need reminders to eat.
We've never needed a timer in my life.
No,
Really?
It's
For
called your
lunch.
stomach.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
That's the alarm. That's the alarm.
I will work through it, but I'm the whole
But
time.
you're eating.
Last week, one day I got to lunch at 4 o'clock. I was busy in a store,
But
the whole time I was like, okay, get this done for lunch. This done. It's amazing.
The
You
traditional
just
lunch
forget.
break it's pretty much gone now, right? I mean, that's gone. I mean, you think it used to be an hour, maybe it's 45 minutes, but now lunch on average is 35 minutes.
Yeah,
and most people are sitting at their desk eating lunch.
Or working from home. And you're not taking a lunch together. You're not one person I'm hungry, I'm gonna go get my lunch. I'm oh yeah, maybe I should eat too.
The study actually found that people who are working that hybrid schedule, they were actually more on schedule when it came to eating their lunch. So this is defined.
Not my husband.
Not yours though.
When my husband goes into the office and works, I guess I haven't really asked. I'm assuming he's eating lunch together because they're with a group, right? He comes home and gets so tunnel vision and working and so many things come up and he has to do all these things. And then I'm like, okay, but food.
But maybe some people, some people though, they don't necessarily eat the big meal. They'll just snack. They'll snack throughout the day. Do you snack throughout the day or no?
I'm normally a lunch person.
Okay, you're normally a lunch
I
person?
Yeah,
am a
I don't
3
snack
meal
through all
person.
day. You snack.
I'll snack. Yeah, I'll snack all day.
Well, you guys wake up at like, I mean, your days are so much longer than most people's
Lunch
days.
is 6 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
I thought it was really interesting too. The statistic I related to the most was it said 13% of people eat as they work at their desk, and I honestly think it's more than 13%.
I think so too.
Probably the ones that are admitting it. Right.
That's the part. The ones who are actually admitting it are actually.
Are you a desk eater?
13%, absolutely.
Yeah.
As I was reading my research for the show today,
You were
I was
eating lunch.
at 8 a.m. shoveling rice down the throat.
Either that, I think any reporter, they remember, you're eating in the field, you're eating in the car,
Yes.
while you're trying to write your story, and
Eat while you can.
eat while you can. That's
my motto in
But
this
at
business.
least you're eating. Now, to be fair, like my husband can't eat it at his desk because I would literally be so mad if he ate on the carpet. Like, he knows.
That's why he's not eating.
The rule.
That's probably why he's not eating. Blame me. That's fine. You're probably not wrong.
Don't miss WCCO Mornings Live right here on our YouTube page.
Subscribe to the channel and be sure to watch our live local news at 7 and 8 a.m. Central Time.